This is Force 13 with another update on the developing tropical cyclone OMA. Meteo France is also on board, and here's their latest. There's no alert in place for the country. However, they have OMA as a depression located 14.3 degrees south, 165.7 degrees east, about 650 kilometres northeast of Belize. Pressure is estimated around 983 millibars, and they have it shifting eastward at 5 kilometres an hour, generating winds of the order of 95 kilometres an hour, gusting 130 kilometres an hour near the centre. And in the next 36 hours it's expected to be near the island of Santo in northern Vanuatu, gradually strengthening. From Friday it will bend its course to the southeast, and at this point in time doesn't impose an immediate danger for New Caledonia. And here's the Meteo France New Caledonia track on the tropical cyclone, and we have a look at the NOAA latest Joint Typhoon Warning Centre. It's also on board. They have it located 235 nautical miles northwest of Port Vila, tracking south-southeast at 4 knots. Animated enhanced infrared satellite imagery shows the large system embedded in the monsoon trough, with the bulk of its convection displaced northwestward of a obscured low-level circulation centre. The initial position is based with moderate confidence from MSI with fair confidence, and upper level analysis indicates a system under strong 30 to 35 knot easterly vertical wind shear that is offset by a moderate poleward outflow that is providing ventilation to the associated convection. Sea surface temperatures in the area highly conducive at 30 degrees Celsius. A building subtropical ridge to the northeast is causing the cyclone to drift southward, then after 36 hours southwest towards northern New Caledonia. The marginally favourable environment will promote slow intensification to a peak of 50 knots at the extended forecast period. However, afterward, diminishing outflow, cooling sea surface temperatures will gradually erode the system down to 40 knots by the 120 hour mark. Numerical track guidance is low in the next 24 hours until the system begins to increase speed as it tracks southward, and wave height is 18 feet. And what's Vanuatu Meteorological Service saying? Here's a look at a satellite imagery. At 2 p.m. local time, it was 14.9 degrees south, 165.2 degrees east. It's about 155 kilometres west of Santo, 285 kilometres west of Soda, and central pressure is 984. Winds close to the centre, 95 kilometres an hour, 50 knots, and it's expected to be at 15.2 degrees south, 165.5 degrees east. Gale force winds, 75 kilometres an hour, 40 knots, will continue to affect Torba, Sabma, Penma, Palampo provinces today, and damaging gale force winds also expected with gusts to 100 kilometres an hour. Storm force winds 95 kilometres an hour, gusting to 130 kilometres an hour, 70 knots, expected to affect the provinces mentioned today and tonight. Rainfall and flash flooding over low-lying areas close to riverbanks, including coastal floodings, will continue to affect Torba, Sabah, Palema provinces today. Seas will be very rough to phenomenal, with heavy and phenomenal swells expected. People, including seagoing vessels, strongly advised not to venture out until the system has moved out of the area. Marine strong wind warning, high sea warning remains in place. And here's a look at the Fiji tracks, followed by the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre. And if it crosses that magical 160 degrees line, it'll become the responsibility of the Bureau of Meteorology's Tropical Cyclone Warning Centre here in Brisbane. But it's far too early to say whether it is going to track towards Queensland. Our AU channel will continue to provide local information, and further updates on our main channel remains strong. And this is the life of the cyclone. So whilst we look at it, recapping what the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre is saying, it's 235 nautical miles north-northwest of Port Vila, tracking south-southeast. The initial position is based with moderate confidence from an MSI with fair confidence, and the intensity is based on the VORAC estimates at T3, 45 knots from the PGTW and KNES. The wind shear remains an issue, 30 to 35 knots. Sea surface temperatures in the area 30 Celsius, but again it's the steering mechanism. Building subtropical ridge to the northeast is causing the cyclone to drift southward. Here's a microwave image of the cyclone. Another satellite view of the life of the cyclone. And the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre doesn't have anything in their current advisory re possible interaction either between 92 or 93p. EPS tracker guidance. And I won't mind if it tracks to the north of New Caledonia, bringing it in towards the southeast corner of Queensland. And the models on the right hand side of the screen, and represented by the individual colours. And the outliner brings it closer to Fraser Island, which is only about 3 hours, 3.5 hours drive to my north. EPS and late cycle intensity, the bulk of them have it as a tropical storm, which is a category 1 on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale, but we know it's a Cat 1, Cat 2 on the AU scale. Late cycle tracker guidance. And when viewing non-official weather sources, caution needs to be applied because the picture doesn't change. And the GFS precipitation model is extracted from the Pivotal Weather website, and the precipitation scale is at the bottom of the screen. And from my own personal position, I look at the area in yellow through to dark brown, and note how that dark brown area is tracking closely towards the Queensland coast. And the upper level divergence is strengthening. It's now up around 50 knots. And wind shear, the red's unfavourable, green's favourable, yellow neutral, followed by the 24-hour shear tendency. And it looks like it is going to drop to the south of OMA. 850 millibar vorticity, the intensity scale is at the right hand side of the screen, and look at the amount in white, which means it's getting stronger.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, our YouTube page youtube.com/Force13, on Facebook under the same name Force 13, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 if you wish to get in touch. You can also add Force 13 on Skype and my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.